Hey everybody, what's up? My name's Ice Valkyrie. Welcome to a small vlog, I guess. I'm back from PAX 2016, or PAX East, I should say, that took place in Boston, Massachusetts. And like all the previous years, I've always gone to the PAXs with my friends as a group and whatnot. So we went there this weekend, and it was crazy experience. I mean, it was certainly different from previous years that I've gone to the different PAXs for. I mean, there was much hype, I guess you could say, before the actual convention itself. I mean, I was pretty crazy out like the fact that I had to get my costume done for PAX. Basically, I dressed up as Lilith from Borderlands. You can check that out here. And so that went well. I mean, it was really cool because of the fact that, like, on the Friday when I was wearing Lilith, I posted a picture on my Twitter, and I basically wasn't expecting, to get retweeted or anything, but I had included the Gearbox people, and it just so happened that they retweeted me, which was really cool, and I just really appreciated that. That was really cool from them. But yeah, my actual like whole con experience, it was kind of I'm just gonna say, like, I personally was disappointed in myself with how I dealt with things, I guess you could say, this weekend. And the reason why I'm saying that is because as you know, like some of you know, like, anyways, I'm a fan of Markiplier, and like, he's not my number one YouTuber, no offense, but like, he's maybe like my second favorite one, and I do watch him on a daily basis along with my favorite ones, to pass time, to keep me entertainment. I wouldn't say I'm like a super fan of his. Like, he's not like my personal main inspiration, but he is for other people. And what I did was, on Friday, I pretty much wasted maybe most of my convention time going to line up to go see him because he was doing autographs. And I mean, I wasn't just there for myself. I was obviously there for my friend, Joel, who is the Backlog Knight. If you have seen his channel, of course, it's a Backlog Quest, so go check him out. Anyways, I'll put a link in the description below. But yeah, so I was mostly going for him anyways because, like, he's really inspired by this guy, and like, I felt like the need to just go out of the way and present myself to him, and explain to him, saying like, oh, could you please, like, possibly say a few words or whatever to my phone for a video or whatever for my friend Joel. And I was disappointed because of the way that he reacted. It was just like, he didn't say anything and more or less just made funny faces in the video, and I'll just like show it to you here, guys.
It looks so good.
Joel, you're so jealous. I'm with Mark.
Okay, goodbye. We gotta go.
Okay, so that's what happened, and you could see why I reacted the way I did. Like, I mean, that was really poorly bad on my part to say something mean, saying like, oh, look at me, I'm here and you're not, type thing. Like, that's not what I wanted, to be honest. It just happened because of the spur of the moment, and again, I'm sorry to Joel for that. But he didn't do what I wanted him to do, essentially, which was to say some words to the camera, and instead he did something silly, which pretty much made me react the way that I did by saying what I said in the video, which wasn't nice on my part at all. Like, yeah, like, that's not what I was going for, but that's what happened. He basically was rushing me because, I mean, I understand he has a huge lineup, but like, I was with my friend Carol, and we were in line, and we were waiting for 2 hours, or a bit more than that actually, and all the other people that were in front of us got to spend more time with him, which I find, it was like a little bit unfair, but at the same time, it was kind of like we understood that he had a long lineup that was waiting for him. But like, I don't know, I just got like a bad impression. I know he's just a person, and like, he can't control everything, obviously, and like, maybe he thought we were there for more, I guess, just like overexcitedness and stuff like that to meet him, but then it kind of translated wrong or whatever. Like, I don't know. I can't make excuses for him, and I can't make any excuses for myself either. But no, I don't know. It just left a salty taste in my mouth afterwards, or a sour taste in my mouth, and it just, like, I had a better experience, actually, meeting Jacksepticeye, which I wasn't really too much of a fan of his. Like, I watched a few of his videos and whatnot, but, like, I felt like I had more of a deeper conversation with him and a better experience with him, and Wade as well. Like, Wade is a really awesome dude. Like, he actually had the time to talk to me, like, no matter, I mean, like, I don't know if it's because of the whole popularity thing or whatever, but, like, I mean, human decency, guys, like, I don't know. I really can't make any excuses for it or understand the situation more than it is, but, like, I personally felt bad for my friend Joel because, like, it wasn't what he probably wanted, and it wasn't what I wanted for him. So, like, I'm really sorry, Joel. Like, I don't know. Like, my reaction in that video, too, just, like, spelt a whole bunch of awkwardness entirely for that situation. But yeah, it was, I don't know. It just made me it felt very disappointing to see that and to know that. Like, I don't know. It was, like, I really hope, okay, and I'm just putting this out there, I really hope, because there was, like, a bunch of, I heard, like, they told us that there was a bunch of Make-A-Wish Foundation people there for Mark. And I really hope that he spent time with each and every single one of those people, because if that's their wish, like, give them all the time you can, you know, type thing. Like, forget about, like, us people waiting in line sort of thing. Like, I hope the hell he took the time to spend with those people, rather. As much as, like, all the rest of us in line also have our own situations and problems as well, but, I mean, like, you can't tend to everybody, pretty much. Anyways, enough about that. Moving on. So, the rest of the convention, though, like, it was great. Like, honestly, I have to say, like, Friday, after the fact that happened, I was kind of bummed out, but, like, I was so much in tunnel vision that I didn't really get to see what was going on in the actual main show floor, so I kind of left that more or less to Saturday and Sunday. But, for the Friday, I mean, it was just, like, I felt like really, I don't want to be mean to my friends saying, like, I got dragged around, but that's how I feel. Like, I felt like I was the one dragging myself around in the convention, because, like, I've been there so many times, which, like, I didn't know what was going on most of the time, because they did change everything, and there was different things that were happening, but, I mean, it was just, like, wearing my costume didn't help, first of all, because I was, like, always struggling with my, my armor and my boots. I mean, like, any cosplayer knows that basically if you have armor on, you're just not going to be walking around in crowds very well, especially with the Friday, because it was completely full. Like, it was madness. So, I didn't really do much on the Friday. I didn't try much either. Like, I seriously just took the time to, like, look at what I wanted to go to see, and, like, I ended up not doing any of that during this weekend, because there was too many people, there's too many lineups. There was, maybe 2-hour waits for each line, and I was like, okay, I don't want to do this because I'm never going to be able to get anywhere. So, however, I did stay in line, and I'll talk about that for the Saturday. But no, continue with Friday. I would just say, like, this, like, Friday we just, like, took it easy, didn't do much, except for some exploring, you know, type thing. There was, however, the, Gearbox panel that we went to that was really cool. Unfortunately, I mean, like, I was expecting it to be a little bit more hyped up, I guess. This year, there wasn't that much swag. If you guys are expecting to have swag this year, there was, like, barely anything. Or you really, really had to, like, go out of your way to get it. Like, they made you work for it. And that's what I'm talking about. Like, those 2-hour lineups that you had to wait for, that was for the swag. They were just, like, handing it out. There was maybe 1 or 2 that were handing out stuff, which was really cool, because that ended up getting, and it's somewhere over there. Anyways, like, keychains and stuff like that from certain places. Like, I think, yeah, it was Bethesda that was giving out little, Doom keychains. And that was cool. Like, I mean, that was appreciated and stuff like that. I mean, like, but that's it. Like, a lot of them weren't doing swag anymore. And I felt like also some of the people that brought their stores with them, like Capcom, for instance, they didn't really bring that much great merchandise with them. And it's sold out. Like, by Sunday, there was lines crossed out for almost everything that was there. So that, I don't know. It was just weird. What what else on Friday? Yeah, the panel. It was really great. Like, we got ushered in because we were dressed as the Borderline characters. I didn't even know about that, and my friend told me, like, yeah, they do special stuff or whatever for them. I'm like, okay, this is great, you know? Like, we get to be in the front, we don't have to wait in line, and it was pretty cool. The panel itself was really actually an inspiration, though, because, like, they actually were doing more or less, like, a whole, like, TED Talk situation where they were actually interviewing and talking about who created what, and doing mostly it was promoting their new Battleborn game, which is really cool. Like, I got to see a little bit of it. I didn't get to play it, unfortunately, but it definitely looks really cool. Like, I was freaking floored when I heard about it. I was just like, wow, this is really good. And they were showing us some of the new DLC characters that are going to be coming out or whatever, because Battleborn's not going to come out until, like, May 5th or something, so it's coming out pretty soon. It's, like, next week, I believe. But yeah, like, that's pretty much what they were showing us. Also, I didn't even know about this, but, like, Randy, who's, like, their main guy or whatever, he's doing magic tricks in front of the crowd, which was probably the most exciting part of that whole entire panel, because I didn't even know how the hell he was doing most of this stuff. I don't know, you guys probably check out, like, videos online about it, but, it was really funny. What else did I do on Friday night, too? Fudge, man. There wasn't really much that we did do. Like, I took some pictures, I guess, with, like... But other than that, like, I didn't wear my costume the rest of the weekend. I was supposed to wear a second costume, but I didn't actually get to it either, because I didn't feel, I didn't really feel like it. Like, I mean, I go to a convention, I want to enjoy it, so I don't really want to have, like, the hassle of, like, wearing tons of weird stuff and whatnot. Saturday. Okay, Saturday was a different experience, though, for me, because it was more of, like, the main day, like, people are expecting it to be, like, really nuts and stuff like that, which it kind of was, because the lineups were... Well, let's put it that way. In the morning when I got there, it was kind of pouring rain outside, it was cold outside, nobody was dressed for that weather, nor did we have umbrellas. And, yeah, it wasn't that much of a damper on our day or whatever like that, but like I went in to basically go around the convention myself to check out things. I kind of branched off from my friends and I was like, bye guys, okay, I'm taking off and doing my own thing, and I ended up doing just that, and I told myself I wasn't going to buy anything this Saturday, I was going to leave for Sunday, but I ended up buying stuff anyway, so yeah, I ended up getting like the rest of my Ruby figurines that I wanted to pick up, so if you guys know about that, I'll show you a picture right here. So now I pretty much have all the collection, which is pretty cool. I spent a lot of money this weekend, let's put it this way. I'll show you all my swag not my swag, all the stuff that I bought here. Okay, and then, like, oh man. I went more crazy buying stuff from the convention than I did of actually getting swag this year, so it was, I guess I made up for it that way, but I spent a lot of American US money, and as you guys know, I am Canadian, and our dollar is absolute shit, so it was, yeah, it's an expensive weekend, let's put it that way. I'm gonna have lots of bills to pay off. They're gonna appreciate it, though, the people in the US, so that's that. But yeah, the Saturday mostly did, like, shopping and stuff like that. I got to, meet up, actually, with my friend Bert. You guys seen him in the Rage Topic videos. And we got to hang out together at the convention, and we were... Actually, the only, like, thing that I actually stood in line for was the game We Happy Few, which is made by Compulsion Games. And it's a game that I've been really looking forward to be honest. I've been seeing a lot of different demo stuff and trailers for it, and it really, like... I think I'm really going to enjoy it because of the fact that it kind of plays out like sort of like a BioShock game in a way, and it's kind of dark, gritty, and like, I don't know, you guys should check it out, definitely, though. It's called We Happy Few. They definitely, because I had to wait in line for an hour and a half just to play their demo. It's ridiculous, the line, anyways, but, and if you go on my Instagram, you can see those photos and stuff like that, or even my Twitter feed, I was just posting everywhere. But, yeah, the demo itself is a little bit, like, it's still a work in progress, so there was a lot of bugs and everything like that, but it also, it's, like, they didn't really have, like, a tutorial to show people how to do things in their game, so it kind of, like, felt like, oh my god, like, I have to figure this out on my own, which is kind of cool, but then at the same time was like, what does it do? What's the storyline? What's going on? Like, I didn't feel like I had enough time to immerse myself much into it because it was such an early stage of the actual project itself. But I was able to talk to one of their main developers that was there just for a few minutes, and I found out actually that they're from, they're from like they're local. They're from freaking Montreal or whatever. They're from Saint-Henri, and I'm like, okay, that's cool. You know, like you guys are like neighbors pretty much. But yeah, that's it. Like, oh well. The guy was also from France though too, so he had a thick like French accent. I'm like, ooh, okay. But yeah, I got to try that. It was really cool. I definitely would recommend it though if you guys could. It's on Steam, so or it's gonna be coming out on Steam. So is that, and what else did I do on Saturday? Aside from shopping and looking around at all the different crazy stuff, I went to the panel. Yeah, I went to go see the Markiplier and Friends Polaris panel, and again, I wasn't too impressed. I've seen, like, the panels from previous years, the videos and stuff for it, and I seriously, like, you know, I was, again, disappointed because they didn't do much. Like, they literally sat in front of the crowd playing card game, and I was expecting them to go crazy and answer people's questions and stuff like that, but they didn't do any of that. Like, I mean, it was just like, I don't know what to say. It wasn't very eventful. I mean, you guys could probably check out their video. They're gonna probably post it up like as an episode or whatever, or a blog or whatever on their site. But I mean, that's it. I was very disappointed to wait, and again, in a long lineup. Okay, this is how crazy his lineup was. People were hovering around 2 hours before, and they told us to line up like I was there at 4 o'clock, let's put it this way, to see the line and stuff like that. They didn't start the lineup until maybe 4:30. They told us to come back for 4:30, but people were just like hovering around the whole time, and they actually told us to stand on one side of like, or one section anyways of the convention. So my friend Bert and I, we just like hung around there, and we took our time. We were like, okay, we're gonna wait, and because this is what they told us, they said stand over here, and we listened to them. But as soon as 4:30 hit and they announced it, everybody just kind of rushed in there. Literally, the whole entire line capped within 1 minute. And that was just nuts. That's how many fans this guy has. Like, man, it was just... Another thing I noticed, too, during the actual convention itself, like, I mean, Mark was trying to entertain the crowd, obviously, before they got started, by doing like hand gestures, and people were like mimicking him. But I like one of the tweets or one of my Facebook statuses is like, oh my god, like just imagine this person has so much power, he's able to control the crowd, like just by doing stupid stuff. I'm like, what the hell? Like, honestly. So I'm just sitting there and I'm like, I'm literally like watching this happen around me, not doing anything, and I'm like, this is weird. This feels like a cult type thing. Like, no offense to it, but like, I don't know. I just found this whole thing was super silly. But yeah, like, I don't know. It was a little entertaining, but it wasn't that, like I said, great or whatever from previous years from what I saw from people. Because like, it was the first time I went to his panel, so it's just, I don't know. My expectation was like kind of in the middle, but then afterwards it was like a little bit lower after that. I'm like, okay. Sorry, guys. Alright, so anyways, for the rest of Saturday, it was basically after his panel, I went back to the hotel room, and because I was going to get ready I thought I was going to end up going to 2 parties that night, and I ended up just going to the one, because I was supposed to go to the Acer party, which I didn't go to, and apparently people said it was But I ended up going to the Henchman Props after party, and it also had like the Gearbox people there too, so it was pretty cool. Like I ended up going to that. It was again, if you've ever been to a Boston restaurant or pub or whatever, they're very small buildings. In this case, it was like there's 2 floors and then like the basement or whatever. But it was a really cool party. Like I honestly enjoyed myself being there. My friend Carol was with me, and her friend I was with. Okay, Bert also came with us as well, so he got to like play the game and stuff like that, because they were playing Battleborn was there at doing the story or whatever like that with the because their Gearbox people were there, so they got to try the game, but it was just like kind of a long wait. So I was just there, and it was like we had a fun time. And also, though, however, it was really cool because I got to meet the main lead artist for Gearbox, and just being able to talk to him about like his experience and what he does and how he got into it, and it was just like, wow, it was mind blowing. It was really cool. Like, and here's a picture with me. I look kind of how should I put this? I'm very tired in this. Like, everybody's really hot because it's really hot inside, though. Here's a picture. So that's it. Like, I mean, that was us, with them, and like, it was a cool experience. I have to say, it was one of my better like experiences at the convention by going to this party, which is really cool. So I really like thank all the guys at Hedgeford Props for organizing it. You did a really good job. Thanks. It was also great to see some of the people that I haven't seen in a very long time, though, too, from past conventions as well. So, hey, Jordan. Yeah. So that was a really cool experience. I like that. And then Sunday, of course, yesterday, that was, we were tired. Everyone was super tired. I was like, I wouldn't say I was hungover on Sunday, but it was, I had a headache. Like, just put it that way. I didn't have enough sleep. I got back at like maybe 1 a.m. on Sunday morning, and I had to be up early to basically pack my bags to the car. So we were out by like 10 o'clock-ish. Yeah, that like I ended up having a headache for like maybe an hour or two into the convention, though, because I went on Sunday and it was just like I tried to hang around with my friend Peter, and at one point we separated from each other because I was like, he wanted to go and do something. I was in line waiting for some of the merch I was buying, because I bought myself a We Love Fine Spider-Gwen hoodie. So yeah, it's somewhere over there. Anyways, you guys saw it in the picture from earlier, but yeah, that was fun. Like, I actually, like, that's one of the main highlights, is just buying the merch that I wanted to get for like the longest time, because I've been waiting like all year for this. Especially my Five Nights at Freddy's Foxy plushie. I was just like, oh my god, it's so adorable. And I told everybody, I was like, okay, please remind me so that I can buy all the plushies. But then when I got there, I was like, oh, they're $25 American each. I'm like, ugh. So I just bought one. For now. But yeah, like Sunday, it was just basically going around the convention trying to see things that I hadn't tried before. I actually went back, guilty pleasure guys, to the Square Enix booth because they had the Platinum demo again. Even though I already played it for my channel, like, I went back to play it anyways because they're giving free swag and stuff, so I got this really awesome, like, calendar from it. But yeah, it was just like waste time and whatnot. And I also went actually to, I told myself I wasn't going to do any other panels because I wasn't interested in panels, but I went to go see another panel of YouTubers, Polaris, again, who was giving a panel about like what it's like to do Let's Plays and stuff like that. And it was really informative, like, to be honest. Like, there was a small Q&A session that happened like near the end of the talk. I had a question that I wanted to ask, but apparently, like, there wasn't enough time to do my question. But it was very an informed session with the people that were there. I personally didn't know any of those YouTubers, no offense, but, like, I don't know very many YouTubers for that. But they were very informative, and they were really good with their feedback and, like, telling us their experience about how they kind of just, like, got popular, which I thought was really cool. And it definitely gave me more inspiration, I guess you could say, to do more on my channel. Although, like, in their case, they're doing it for monetization purposes and stuff like that. But in my case, it's just, like, for fun. As you guys know, I just do this for my friends and stuff like that. So it's not really a business for me or anything like that. But yeah, it was really cool. It was a really cool panel. Like, I was glad I was able to go there. And of course, my freaking headache went away by then. I was like, yes, thank you. I can enjoy the rest of my time here. But yeah, that's it. Like, Sunday, I just took it easy. I looked around at things that, like, you know, I didn't really go into any of the lineups or anything like that. I didn't try to go into, the hours of lining up for things, because I didn't have that much time, to be honest. Like, I had to be out of here by 3:34, And so what I ended up doing at the end anyways was that I got people together, I got Andrew and Peter together to do a Rage Topics video, which you guys can check out. I'll probably post a link after I've uploaded that video, but because I haven't done anything with it yet. But yeah, anyways, I'll do that sometime soon. So you guys can check it out. But yeah, like that was my experience that weekend. I didn't really get to go, like I was starving the whole weekend. Like I didn't even go to restaurants or anything like that. I went to one that was a Mexican restaurant and you actually got to eat for free because they kind of like screwed up our meal and stuff, which was really cool. But like, I mean, I was hoping for my clam chowder. My clam chowder. Yeah, I didn't really get to do that, so that kind of bummed me out a little bit too. On top of that, but it's because like it's really like time consuming. There wasn't much time to do anything, and trying to get people to go out with you was just like no. Everything was like super packed and tight scheduling, and I don't know. It just felt like a whole like rush weekend, and you know, that's why I was like disappointed with that as well. So it's like the disappointed factor kind of like settled in because of that whole cycle of not enough time basically to do everything. I don't know. Time is the essence, you know, and I don't know. But back to real life, and I'm back in Montreal, or where I live, and our trip went pretty nicely yesterday going back home. We had no problems and stuff like that getting across the border, of course, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Like, I'm taking it easy today because it's Monday. I obviously don't have any makeup on my face. I look awful. But I just want to let you guys know how my trip went. And, yeah, if you guys if you guys are interested in going to Pax East, I definitely say that it's worth going to. It's hard to get into, I know, because of the tickets being sold out and stuff like that. But I think this year, more or less, people were selling tickets still even to the day of. So, I do recommend trying it out for once, you know, like in your life to see how it is. Now here's a big question of would I go back again next year? Especially after that experience. You know what? Like, I'm gonna say yes, because, you know what? It is my favorite gaming convention. It's probably the only gaming convention I've ever been to, over all the anime ones that I've been to, and Comic-Cons and all that kind of stuff, which is really cool. But, yeah, I would definitely go back, but I would so not have expectations for people that I would want to go see. No offense, but I don't know. Like, I would have to plan it better, to be honest, if I wanted to do things and get to see people and whatnot. Anyway, so that's my experience. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm sorry if it kind of was a downer. It's a long video that I made anyways for a vlog. Anyways, look forward to my videos that are going to be coming up in the next week or 2 weeks or so, because I'm going to be doing a lot more Let's Plays and whatnot to catch up with all my Dark Souls stuff and all those other videos that I've kind of been putting on the back burner. They're kind of just sitting there waiting to get edited. And of course, the Rage Topic videos that I'm going to continue to be doing in the future. Anyways, guys, my name is Ice Valkyrie, and thank you so much for joining me. And please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe to me if you haven't already. Also, feel free to leave me a comment section below, so that you can let me know, like, what you would like to see further from me, and, so I can get an idea as to the direction of what I want to do for my channel. So, anyways, take care, guys.